Hello and welcome to Wrenn Friends Psychic Talk Radio. What was that? I just saw my head go flying. I guess I was, oh my goodness, look at my soda bottle collection. Okay, let's not look at my soda bottle collection. There we go. Anyway, he's got me looking at myself on video. It's very strange. Hello, welcome to Wrenn Friends Psychic Talk Radio. I have been away from the show for a while. I got to tell you, life has been a blur. I have gone from doing a lecture at a college to performing the Messages from the Other Side gallery every week and sold out every event. Just got back from Raleigh 2 days ago. Had about 30-something people in there, 36, I suppose, returning to Raleigh in November. Going back to Davidson, North Carolina this weekend for another event. And so I know there's lots of people out there that are calling my office, and I apologize if I'm not getting back to you as soon enough, because it's me and myself and I right now. I also want to let you know, and my book, Good Morning, is 2 weeks to being published. I am writing a book alongside Patsy Beaker, who is the ghost writer. She's an excellent writer, by the way. She writes my newsletters. Tonight we have got Shelby Smith, who is under my name in the chat room and Ask One Radio Network at Facebook. And I also want to give a quick shout out to my friend Mark Allison, Chef Mark Allison, who at this very moment is judging the 2018 Cabarrus County, hold it, I got my cheat sheet right here, Chef Challenge at Restaurant 46 in Kannapolis. So a quick shout out to Chef Allison. Alrighty, well, I've given you what I have for my events. I realized I went a little fast, so if you want to find out more about the events going on in my life, check out www.marybethwrenn, MARYBETHWRENN.com. I spelled my last name with two N's, like two wings on an angel. WRENN.com. All righty. I'm getting my directions from my producer and God behind the microphone. And you know what? Speaking of microphones, I'd like to give a dedication. In fact, I'd like to dedicate this show. I was intending on being on this show, Wrenn Friends Radio, 2 weeks ago. However, I was investigating a haunted house. And, well, you sensitives out there, when you're working with a lot of paranormal energy, it can pretty much exhaust you. So I had to take the night off. However, one of the reasons why I got into the broadcasting industry was because late at night, from the 11 o'clock p.m. to 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. on an AM dial with my little transistor radio stuck underneath my pillow, I would listen to Art Bell at coasttocoastam.com. And Art Bell was the radio announcer, my goodness, of my dreams. His voice was fantastic, just like John B. Wells. He's another fantastic broadcaster. And Art Bell would bring to the airwaves topics that were never discussed on normal broadcasting airwaves. Things like Malachi Martin, Reverend Malachi Martin, or Bigfoot, UFOs, Ghost. In fact, Rosemary Ellen Guiley first started out. Hi, Rosemary. Shout out if you ever hear my show. I used to, of all things, go out to get ready for this one. Rosemary and I would also get together at the Golden Dawn Diner. Yeah, did I say the Golden Dawn? Uh-huh. The Golden Dawn Diner in New Jersey before we went to the MUFON meetings. Now, Rosemary Ellen Guiley's famous on her own. She's written numerous books on the paranormal, and it's been featured on Art Bell shows as well as with George Noory at Coast to Coast. So I just want to give a quick dedication, and to, if anybody would ever be interested in listening to, Google it, to Art Bell, a wonderful broadcaster who brought a lot of people to the radio airwaves, from shortwave radio to ham radio to regular broadcast radio. So, Art Bell, this is a shout out to you, dude. All righty. Let's go to our first caller. Actually, wait a minute. I'm getting a message here from my producer that Art was from Dave's hometown of Jacksonville, North Carolina. And that's correct. He was born in North Carolina. You know, why is it that all the great radio broadcasters out there started the old state of North Kakalaki? We have Dave, Art Bell, and I believe that John B. had done some broadcasting, I believe, in the Raleigh airwaves. Rick Dees, that's correct. Dave's out there telling me Rick Dees. And let me tell you a quick story, listeners. I started out with the Ask One Radio Network. Tom Kent, that's right. When I started out with the Ask One Radio Network, I believe it was the year 2011, and I was asked to be a guest to a psychic in Australia. And she said to me, "Oh, by the way, my producer's from Raleigh, North Carolina." And I said, "That's strange. I used to broadcast at the radio network over there at the Highwoods Radio, Capital. Radio stations, unfortunately, get traded like baseball cards. Smoke Tree, thank you. That's right. Thank you. Blank out here. Anyway, I used to broadcast on somebody called G105 with Bob and Madison. And sure enough, turns out that Dave was were you the PD? And WRTG, right? And I was with Sonny, which I forgot what the call letters were, but that's right. Oldies, I was with not Frank Oz, the other Oz. You know what I'm talking about. Bob Bronson. I feel like I'm having a reunion. Yeah, Tuna and Oz. Anyway, I'm a professional radio broadcaster. Can't you tell? Ha ha. So it just seems like North Carolina happens to be the home of the really cool broadcasters. Well, listen, I don't want to just keep chatting anymore. Let's talk with our first caller. Because you know why? This show is for you, not me. So let's talk to LaToya in Detroit, Michigan. Hello and welcome to Wrenn Friends Psychic Talk Radio.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, I love your energy field. It is so blue. It's so just glistening, gorgeous blue. Are you on broadcasting radio? Because you should be.
Yes, I am.
Are you kidding me? You're not kidding me.
No, I like the Facebook page, and I occasionally follow it.
Oh, my gosh. No wonder your aura field is brilliant blue. Now, blue is obviously the ruler of the throat chakra, but it's also, to me, when I see the energy field around professional radio broadcasters, we're blue. And when you came into the radio, came online, whatever this is, because Dave's my screen caller. I'm like, LaToya's in broadcasting. It's sure enough, we're talking about all kinds of people in the broadcasting industry. So here's your answer before your question. Don't quit your day job. Now, what's your question? What can I do for you?
So don't quit my day job. Okay.
Is there any other question?
I guess my question would be, for my career. My background is in engineering. Haven't had too much, and I also have background in supply chain also. Okay. I was always told that I was supposed to be a successful business owner eventually, be rich eventually, but how do I get there? I have a passion for helping people also, so it's not really all just about money. I like having money so I can help people also. And I guess my second question would be, relationship and future marriage. I was dating a guy this summer, and we knew each other from school. He was an engineer also. He was a minister. And, we lived together, had a nice little life together, and it just went downhill. He was on his way to his third marriage. We were talking marriage also. And there was, allegations of cheating. I kind of figured he was cheating because he talked about cheating, all the time. So we broke up in August because, he was being a liar, sneaky, and deceitful. And we broke up in August. He got married in November. and that really, really hurt.
Yeah.
Because when we broke up, I still loved him, of course, even though I knew the relationship was toxic. So as far as my future husband, I'm healing through that, and I'm in the stages of letting go, the closing that cycle out and moving on. When will I meet my future husband, and would I have my own children, and how long is it going to take? Because I'm 36, single with no kids, and it's kind of frustrating sometimes.
Well, good news is you're still young. Second good news is you've got your head on your shoulders and you're very grounded. Now, I am being told very clearly, do not quit your day job. What I'm hearing here is that you're going to stay. If you said you were in the radio broadcasting industry, stay in it. I get the impression that there's some kind of syndication programming coming up for you, because I sense that you have a life coaching type of opportunity in front of you. So I don't know if that means did you say that you're a minister as well as your ex?
No. Like I went to church with him all the time. So I had like a podcast.
Yes.
This summer, like I was on a podcast, and it was doing pretty good. It was local here in Detroit.
Right.
It was going really good, but I guess the guy, my co-host, had a crush on me, and then got kind of disrespectful with me, so I stopped. I quit the podcast.
Okay. Here's the good news. I'm seeing you on the FM and AM dial. So put the podcast aside and put some air checks out there. Get out to the PDs, program directors, and offer your services, even if it means you have to lease time off of one of the AM dials or the FM dials. If you don't know where I'm going, just go to an advertiser of the radio program and see if you can lease access time. Okay? Because I'm seeing you not so much on podcasting as much as I'm getting the impression that you're more in the professional broadcasting industry. Now, yes, you could have been part of the Me Too moment, and I realize that we women, especially in some occupations, we get hit on. But you know what? It's part and parcel. It just, what they say, it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Just move on from that. Now, as for this former boyfriend, Beyonce, it sounds to me that he was looking for forgive me for being incredibly crass, but he was looking for a tool. He was looking for a device, someone who could fulfill his empty heart. He was nowhere ready to get married. I kind of feel sorry for his current wife. I don't see that lasting much longer at all. Now, let's just put him aside for a second, because I'm seeing the word Anthony coming into your head. Into my head, and I see it into your aura. And I feel like I'm saying 38 years old. Now, I know you're only 36, so you're still young. Okay, I'm 52. I got you beat here, so you're young. I see 38 as in marriage, and I feel that you're going to be meeting him now or in the zodiac time of Gemini, and I'm just looking down at my time because it says 5-2, so we're still in Taurus. So you're looking at May 20th. And I'm feeling that in the Gemini time period, now let me just wait a minute and see if I get some visions about where you're going to meet him. Now, I'm seeing this man to be African-American. I'm seeing short cropped hair. Have you ever seen the movie The Black Panther?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like he has the style of the actor who plays the main lead.
That plays he plays the what?
He plays the main character.
Okay, T'Challa, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And now, you're in Detroit. I'm feeling like you're going to be part of a startup cubicle. What is this? A startup business complex where it's a large office with many small businesses. I want to say cubicle or it starts with a C, but I'm blanking on it at this point. I feel that this is a young man who is a film creator, producer, YouTube channel. He's in the marketing industry, very similar to you. And I feel that you're going to be dating him for about 2 years. But then I see you want children?
Yes.
I feel like you're going to get pregnant before you get married. But then you'll get married. I know it's a little bit backwards, but I'm seeing 39 as in pregnancy time period, but it's because of choice. You're totally okay with it. And I feel like she's a little girl.
Yes, that's what I want.
Good, yay. And then I'm feeling that there's a potential for a little boy. And
I'm good with that too.
But the doctors are saying, well, we're not so sure that that's the right thing to do because of your health. But I feel like, listen to your spirit. Get your second opinion. Because I feel like the little girl is planned and the little boy is a gift. Well, they're all both gifts. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm also seeing you with a minister's license. So maybe it's life coach. Or maybe it's the Universal Life Church minister's license, where you can marry and bury people too. But I'm seeing you carrying a theology chaplain. Maybe it's a volunteer chaplain. But I see you making a major effect in your community. So you stay positive, stay focused on your future, and just realize that while you thought you had the right guy, God set somebody better for you.
Yeah.
But that's what I get.
That really hurt. Like, I didn't eat for like a week, and it was, I'm pretty sure it was somebody he was seeing on the side, because, like I said, he was really deceptive, and that's why we broke up, and it hurt pretty bad. It's like, I don't want to lose faith.
Don't. Just tell yourself 10 times better. Remember that. 10 times better.
Yeah, so I should be meeting him this month. That would be so great, because I'm not dating anybody. And it's hard for me to date because I guess my friend describes me as too well-rounded. She says I'm like, I'm kind of hood, growing up in Detroit. I'm an intellectual. I'm a nerd.
You sound like
she describes me as middle class. I'm not even really working right now like that, so I can't really say I'm middle class or whatever. But she was like, most men wouldn't know, and Detroit wouldn't know what to do with me. I'm too much. And she, and I'm like, well, and it's hard for me to date. It really is. And she said, I need somebody that I can actually look up to. I'm like, they have to be really smart or really rich. Just, somebody that I can learn something from, and, that's impressive also. And it's really, dating is really hard.
Go for the guy who is really intellectual and would be willing to share his knowledge about getting rich so that you can both be really rich. And that way you have your money, he's got his money, and you guys have a prenup. Just saying.
Yes. It is like I want to help people too.
Right.
So that's really important to me also.
I'm seeing this impression of movies. They could be YouTube shorts, video shorts, but don't ever knock the idea that you're a very smart person and very intellectual geek nerd, because you know what?
What?
Detroit needs somebody like you. Okay?
Yeah.
Who cares if they can't handle you? Well, they're scared of you. So what? Just be yourself. Yeah. Please. Please, please. Well, listen, I have had a good time talking to you, and I hope you call me back, because you sound like my kind of friend.
Oh, so thank you. Give me a shout out and shout back. Wants to get online, too. I heard her name was Layla. I think she messaged you also. I told her about you.
Okay. I'll look for Layla. I hope she's in the chat room, where right now Shelby, my assistant and good friend, is making the shout-outs for my events in the chat room. And if you're ever interested in booking an appointment, you can always go to my website, www.marybethwrenn.com. Just take my name and just .com the end.
Mary Beth?
Yep, and it's just right there in the title. Or you can just Google me, and you'll see about 19 pages worth of stuff. So I've been around for a long time. Way before the internet was around, that's for sure. But, so I look forward to hearing from you in the future. So give me a shout back. Don't forget my phone number, 1-888-454-2751.
Okay, and 254?
454-2751. It's 1-888-454-2751.
2751.
Perfect. You give me a shout out, and I have got somebody in I want to take care of in Canada. So before she freezes to death up there, let's go take care of her too. Okay. Latoya, great talking to you. Talk to you soon, my friend. All righty, real quickly. Hi, Cindy from Grand Bay, New Brunswick.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, Mary Beth, I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What a beautiful green aura. Go into a turquoise green. This is a color that tells me a dreaming in color. You get like clairvoyant. The strong visions come through your dreams. So I'm here to tell you, don't think about things. Just go with the flow, if that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah.
So, honey, I know we're kind of limited on time tonight, so I'm sorry about that, but bring it at me. What's your question? I'll do what I can to answer you.
So, I had a recent loved one that passed.
Okay.
Who is significant. It's my mom. So it's just like to know the ways that she's letting me know that she's near.
Okay, don't say anything else, please. When I communicate to the other side, I particularly don't even like when people tell me I want to talk to so-and-so because I trust the spirit world. They're going to tell me who's going to speak to you. All right, so hold on. I'm timing this. I'm looking at the clock. Just give me a minute. Now, what I get is a feeling of not being able to breathe really deep. So I feel like your mom's trying to indicate to me that there may have been I don't hope it's not a suffocation issue, but a feeling of an issue around the neck. Now, I feel that she is coming through your dreams. I feel like I'm supposed to say Rachel or Rhonda or Robin or something. R. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Who is it?
Well, I'm assuming it could be my brother, Ronnie.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if your mom, I asked your mom to give a shout out to you, to somebody whom she knows that you would know, obviously. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, she seems to be going towards your brother a lot. Like, he's been having grief issues as well. Sometimes I think a little bit more than you. Like, you're more metaphysically inclined and can understand that you can connect to your mom anytime, drop of the hat.
Yeah,
I want to say Robert is, on the other hand, it's a little bit more solid to the ground. A plus equals B equals C, 1, 2, 3. Very level-headed. Not that we're not level-headed, but you know what I mean. What I'm seeing
I have another
here,
brother, Roland, too.
Roland, okay. Feels like I'm seeing an accountant. But what I'm getting with you is that your mom is communicating to you through your dreams, and get ready for this one. It feels like through your pets. I want to say a dog, a brown dog. I don't know if I keep seeing a dog who's having the night crazies. So I feel like I'm seeing a pet who's trying to respond to her spirit. Unless it's her pet you're taking care of. I don't know what I'm saying here, but that's what I keep seeing.
Okay.
I know this sounds completely off the beaten path, because I don't think I'm speaking with your mom with this. I get the impression that somebody is fighting depression around your family. And I feel like your mom is indicating that you and your siblings have to reach out to the family member who's either had... Oh, boy, here goes. All right, sorry, it's like 2 minutes, I realize. Reach out to the family member who's dealing with depression, because I want to say he needs it. Okay? Hope you understand that one.
I do. And
Good
I have a situation coming up on May 11th that I'd like to know if I'm
Don't
going
put
to get
it
an
off.
exposure.
Give them a great big hug, okay? They need it. They need it big time. That's what your mom's telling me to tell you. Thank you so much for calling, and I hope you get to call the show back. I realize I'm only here for half an hour, so I have to, split. So, Cindy, I send lots of love and light to you and your mom and Roland and your brother, and I look forward to talking to you in the future. And to everybody else who's listening in, thank you so much for listening in to the Wrenn Friends Psychic Talk radio program. I'm your hostess, psychic medium Mary Beth Wrenn. Don't forget, you can find me at www.marybethwrenn.com. Always remember, reality is what you make it. So make sure you make it the very best. And I'll see you next week. Thank you very much for listening.